Greetings from Team Indian Medical Association. I am Dr. K.K. Agarwal, Honorary Secretary General, Indian Medical Association and President Heartcare Foundation of India and Editor-in-Chief eMedi Access, eMedi News and IMA News. IMA is doing a study on drugs. Quite often we are blamed that we have an access with pharmaceuticals and we have an access with chemists. We write medicines which are costly. Let's try to understand an analysis done by IMA based on the report of the Committee on High Trade Margins in the Sale of Drugs by NPPA, Government of India. I will first like to define different types of medicines available in the country. The first is called branded generic. For example, Crocin is a branded generic drug. Ocid is a branded generic drug. Omaze is a branded generic drug. This is sold under brand names. It is promoted by the company through medical representatives, through doctors, which is often said to be intensivized because they sponsor conferences, they sponsor events, and it enjoys 90% of the market. The second is called trade generics. These are sold under, again, brand names, but they are not promoted by the company. They are left to the retailers to push their medicines. So this is push. The branded generic was a pull. And they are supplied to the retailers with a very high trade margin. That means they supply the drug even up to a margin of 1000%. And the third is generic, which is sold under chemicals or salt names only, and it is mostly an institutional supply. You may not get a generic medicine unless you want to dispense and you want to buy them in bulk. All three of them are same. There is no difference in quality. There is absolutely same chemicals, same studies, same medicine, but marketed differently. Let's take an example what IMA has done an analysis on a drug called omeprazole. Now we have analyzed a couple of companies, Alkem, Cipla, Intas, Lupin, Ranbaxy, Reddy's and Zydus. They all are top companies, and let's see how do they sell their medicines. Alkem, it is available with Omepraz and Omail. Omepraz is available with an MRP of 1.56, 1 rupees 56 paisa, and Omi is available at 3.37 MRP. The margins available in Omepraz to the retailer is 25%, and in Omi it is 360%. Therefore, if you go to a chemist and if you write omeprazole, he will always like to push Omi because he will get a margin of 360% margin because he will buy it at 11 rupees and sell it at 50 rupees. So therefore, the same medicine, when you give it to the retailer, he puts it at a very high margin. Remember, the ceiling price by NPPA on omeprazole is 3.33 per capsule. That does not mean that you cannot sell it lower than that. That is MRP. Cipla has Ocacid and Omilip. Ocacid is available at 83 paisa and Omicip is available at 3.37 paisa. And because it is sold at 3.37 paisa as MRP, Omicip, the margin to the retailer is 367%. So he would like to push this medicine without giving any benefit to the patient. Intas has Omitas and Omicap. In Omicap, the margin to the chemist is 644% against, that is Omicap versus Omitas with the margin is only 25%. To the retailer, to the person, the same medicine is available at 70 paisa and the same medicine is available at 3.50 paisa. That means if you leave it to the chemist, they will always give you a medicine which is costlier than the doctor prescribes. In Lupin, the drug is Lupom and it gives a margin to the retailer, a margin to the chemist of 648%. It's available at 4 rupees a medicine. Ranbaxy has Omisac. Again, the margin to the chemist is 306%. Reddy's, the margin is 1000% on his Omizet. if the chemist pushes it by saying this is Reddy's Omizad, it may be sold at 5 rupees 97 paisa with a margin to the chemist of up to 1000%. Zydus has Omirax as well as Ocid. Both of them gives a margin of approximately 25 to 30%. But Omiprax is available at 75 paisa and Ocid is available at almost like 4 rupee. You can see here that the same pharmaceutical company, same medicine, same drug, the price may vary from 69 paisa from Intas, which is Omitas, 69 paisa per tablet to 6 rupees per tablet Omizad, which is Dr. Reddy's laboratory. Therefore, it becomes our duty as a IMA active member to know that it is not necessary. Cheaper does not mean that the drug belongs to some unknown company. Even known companies have cheaper brands available which they don't push. They push it through the chemist. So therefore you must know, every doctor's duty is, we don't write more than 30-40 drugs on a common way. We should know which drugs are cheaper to the available, and it is our duty to pass on that margin to the patient. A, it will help us in building up our image, and B, it will help the community. Jai Hind.